Replacing old friends to suit minor plans. Wish I could stop, but don't think I can. Don't know who to be. Got 20 persons inside me. Is someone freedom, someone winning? Identity crisis again. Down my head another color. The next one will be lighter. I feel it sweeping in. 34th I need disaster, and I keep on counting. My identity crisis again. Dye my hair another color. I feel it sweeping in. 34th I need disaster. Identity crisis again. Dye my hair another color. The next one will be lighter. I feel it sweeping in. 34th I need disaster, and I keep on counting. Identity crisis again. Dye my hair another color. The next one will be lighter. I feel it sweeping in. 34th I need disaster, and I keep on counting.
You weigh me down. You don't care, no one measures up to you. One day soon you'll taste that medicine of yours, and karma will hit you hard. Oh, it's about to blow up in your face. Hella, hella, yeah. Excuses, cards, and bling won't mean a thing. Give me a break. You're hella, hella fake. Go back to being nothing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Gotta do what you do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Gotta do what you do. Late nights with sick buffets, that's you. Mhm. Another smooth ride and a brand new chick, what a trick. Fireworks on a first date. Your act is getting old. Oh, it's about to blow up in your face. Hella, hella, yeah. Excuses, cards, and bling won't mean a thing. Give me a break. You're hella, hella fake. Go back to being nothing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Gotta do what you do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Gotta do what you do. Oh, it's about to blow up in your face. Hella, hella, yeah. Excuses, cards, and bling won't mean a thing. Give me a break. You're hella, hella fake. Go back to being nothing. Go back to being nothing.
mistakes now, 'cause I wanna stay, wanna live my own life, wanna feel passion for something or someone that makes my world turn upside down. Wanna give it up for something or someone that's better than this. So don't be too offended, I have to leave. There's nothing in for me, no, I'm not fitting in. I packed my things to go, am I being naive? But it's my choice to make, it's my new rebellious way. Choice to make, it's my new rebellious way.
And a warm welcome to everybody here on this Saturday. My name is Petro Verbruggen, and we are, of course, having here a Tech Condo live show, a live Q&A, and it is, of course, that's always like on Saturday. Really cool of you guys to be here. I had a few special guests earlier today. They were roughly 12 years old, Mick and Marcel. Both of them are, they want to become YouTubers, and they wanted to see the studio, and I think that they were a bit impressed, and that is really, really cool. But that is what happened this morning, but this afternoon, or now, we are, of course, talking about the show, and we see a lot of people that are regulars, like, for example, MT, who says that it's not the best weather today, but just playing with the Pi and Companion, and that's, of course, bit-focused companion. That is really cool. What is also really cool, and actually, you might not know that from me, but I am a little bit of a space buff. So when people are talking about eclipses, I am really, really interested. I'm glad that the annular eclipse is done before your show. Definitely, that would be cool. If during the show, well, it doesn't make sense because it's a little bit late, but you know. We did see wait a sec. I have just installed vMix. I see that there's no update going on. 27 guys. I'm running 27, by the way. Let me see if I can figure that out later. But automation for vMix is saying I have just installed vMix. And Eric says nice weather for ducks here as well. Now, come to think of it, let's figure this out. I am running 27, but it's bugging me that something is not working. So without further ado, let's go ahead and immediately go into 27. Welcome, guys. This is 27. I think that I already know what's going on, so I think it's just a matter of fixing this part right here. Let me think. How did it work? Edit title mapping and the message. The user is from name. The source is source indeed. The picture name from picture or from photo. Social background source. I think that's not needed. So that should be working. Bam! There you go. Now I'm a happy camper again. I cannot do that without checking it out for you guys. 27, guys. So you need to do some additional work there. I will make note of that for later. Yes, so nice weather for ducks here as well. And we have other people also joining in. Let me see. Let me go back to Vlad because that was not going well last time. But I'm glad that the Unreal Clips is done before the show. There you go. Vila's in the house from Finland. Welcome. Appreciate you for taking the time. And let's go down and see who's there as well. I see Raul is in the house. Welcome, Raul. Really appreciate you for taking the time. And I love you guys talking to each other. Really keep that up. That's awesome. And there's immediately a question from Vlad. When you create a Zoom meeting call inside vMix using unpaid account, will it still have the 40-minute limitation? Yes, it will. It will. It will. It is just using your own Zoom account, and therefore it will have that same limit. But that also means the limit of the quality of your video is also. But we're going to talk about that later. Please go ahead and do the necessary troubleshooting. There you go. Well, it was already done. And Neil says, good evening, Petra and chat. And indeed, very good evening to each and everybody of you. Appreciate you for taking the time on your busy Saturday. Hey, guys, I want to show you a little bit around because I actually have my phone with me. And I want to show you a little bit what you can expect. So, this computer right here is vMix 27. This is the one that you are actually watching at the moment. Then we've got the Stream Deck right here. The Stream Deck is we're going to use in just a bit. And on this side we have 26. You might have noticed this 26 right here and 27 right there. So you now know where you can find if you're looking at it. 27 or a 26, but I will also make sure that that is noticed by you, and we will definitely also use this video camera for the Stream Deck that we will have a quick validation on. All right, so now you know what it looks like on my desk. Let me also show you how it's all connected. This is how it's all connected. So we got vMix 26. That is my left computer. That is the one that has the big 26 in the show. Then I'm using NDI, not via vMix itself, but via a vMix NDI client, so definitely still with the same brand, but not in the vMix application itself. I'm pushing it to vMix 27, and that is then the one that is actually being pushed to you guys over in wherever you are located in the world. So now you have a little bit of a feeling what you're looking at. I hope that will be helpful. If during this episode you want to ask questions or you have any reservations or whatever about vMix 27, please go ahead and write them down. I do prefer having a queue in front of the question because that is a little bit easier to figure out what's going on. But please let me know if you have any questions. Now, of course, vMix 27 is just released beta, which means it's not yet available for production. Well, you can install it like I do myself, but it does not always mean that everything goes well from the get-go. So I would argue that use it on a lab machine or a machine that can break, because that's basically what can happen. And just enjoy it, because it is a really nice feature-rich version. And if you want to download it yourself, then it is actually quite easy to do that. All you need to do is go towards the vMix website. Let me get rid of my beautiful face for just a bit. Stop this one. And we'll have to use it in just a bit again, but there you go. Okay, so if you're on vmix.com website, then you can go here to forums, right here, right there, on the end of the list. Click on that, and this is where you'll find the forums all related to vMix. And the one that you need to take into account is the general discussion folder, the first one that you actually can see. If you click on that, then announcement, vMix preview released. So this is literally, like I said, a preview or a beta. Again, please do not use it for production. It's not ready for that yet. And this is just some text that is around it. And what you need to have or be eligible to get it is that you need to have a purchase vMix after the 1st of Jan 2022. And this is where you basically can download the executable. That's what I did this morning. You also need to install the Zoom plugin client so that the system can actually use it. And these are all of the features that have been pushed to vMix 27. And of course, we will go through them one by one to make sure that we are not forgetting anything. And I will be using that as much as possible, this page, to explain to you what's going on. But before I do that, there are some limitations to my own hardware that I need to explain to you before I really go into the nitty and gritty. So there are things that I cannot do. I can still show them, but I cannot really use them, and that is a bit of a bummer. But that's just fact of life. Especially if you work with a laptop, and a laptop that's already 2 years old, you might run into that kind of issue, and that's what we're going to talk about definitely today. Before I do that, let's check if there are some questions popping up in the meantime, and then we'll work a little bit on the other stuff. I see already somebody who was here earlier today. Hello, Petra. I am Mick, and he is of course Dutch, but he's really cool that he is here. And my dad, of course, he is taking care of Scooter, and he's looking at me. So, hey, Scooter. Hey, guy. Vlad says, thanks for answering the question. Appreciate it. Watching from Manila, 1 a.m. Wow. Well, that is dedication. Thank you so much, sir. And Mark is also in the house. Welcome, Mark. Appreciate you for being here. Thanks for sharing the URL, MT. Appreciate it. And indeed, this is how you can get there, from forums to general discussion to announcement, preview release. Indeed, that is the case. DJ Ware, hello. I love everything about what is going on there. Perfect. All right, let's get started. Of course, I need to remove this part. Okay, the first thing is about the new layer design. We are gonna do this one later. I'm gonna tell you why in just a bit. I am gonna start with the AV1. And I am also gonna talk about the external outputs. Those are the ones that I want to start with. Basically, because my hardware might not be able to utilize everything, and I just wanted to show it to you. And the things that I actually can do, I want to really show to you in more detail and more in depth than I could do in the video that I already posted some time ago about 27. Now I can really take the time and really explain to you everything that I've learned during IBC 2023. All right, so let's talk about the first one, and that is, of course, let's go to the right preview. And now I want to add that overlay. So again, this is a little bit of an awkward show, but this is what you see right here is the full vMix setup. And the only thing what I added was in the purple arrow of the purple bar on the right hand side. You see me separately. The reason why I'm doing that is otherwise you get this very nice effect. I want to prevent that from happening, and that is the reason why it's there. It does come with something really cool, is that you can do this kind of stuff, of course, and we're going to talk about what is so cool about that, because that is something that you could do in 26, but not as cool as it just did. All right, let's start with the first, and that is AV1 support. vMix already had for a long period of time the possibility to stream in H.264. Has been around for years and years and years, and is actually quite well. And if you look on 26, let's do that. So let's go to 26. So this is vMix 26 right here. Then you could stream like so. And if you have, for example, entered a for example, Facebook, like this, then you could hit the cogwheel right there, here, and if you click that, oh wait, of course I need to then stop this one. There you go. Hit the cogwheel, and then you could, you could add a bitrate, and you could indeed add the video source, output 1 or output 2. That is something that you could do right here. And roughly that was the possibility that you had on 26. If I would go to 27 and I would do the same thing, then you will see something happening. So if I go here to the cogwheel, of course I'm now streaming. I didn't think that through. Can I do this? Yes, I can. I need to... do you want to... Yeah. I think that's not working. Okay. I didn't think that one through, guys. Let me... yeah. Of course I cannot show that to you because I'm live. All right. That's a bit of a bummer. But basically what you have in the 26 version that I'm going to show you again is that here you have, before the source system, you have a additional pull-down menu that allows you to choose H.264, HEVC, and AV1. Now, what is that AV1 and why is that so important? Well, with AV1 and also HEVC, actually, you need less bandwidth for the same quality than you will have with H.264. H.264 is granted also compressing the video file, but it's not as much compressed as, for example, HEVC, which is also called H.265, and AV1. For HEVC, you need to have a GeForce 2050 series or up. Basically, I can use that. I can do that. I didn't do that this time around, but I can do that. For AV1, you do need a bigger video card, and that's a GeForce NVIDIA 4050. So the 4000 series compared to a 2000 series for HEVC. So for me, HEVC would be a very good format. that being said, with about 1 gig up and 1 gig down, it doesn't matter for me, and I'm also just streaming HD anyway, but it's really cool that it's there regardless. Then another thing that you might be of interest, and actually already showed it a little bit here, is that you now have the possibility at 36 to choose between not one but 2 outputs. That was in 26, of course. That was already available for a long period of time. And that is also reflected, and that I can show you, that is reflected over here in external. If I go to external output settings, I will see that I have an external 1 right here and an external 2 right here. So that's 1 and 2 side by side. And externals are really important, especially if you want to do some really cool stuff, like for example, show to your presenter a confidence monitor, or maybe you want to show not a confidence monitor for him or herself, but maybe a like this, a countdown timer. That can also be something that you could also, for example, show on that screen. You can also have like a multi-view available on that screen. You're not limited, for example, to 8 boxes, but you can actually have like a plethora of different boxes as a multi-view. So you have a lot of functionality right there that you can also use an output for. You can also use an output for, like, well, what you're streaming out. For example, you can stream to Facebook your stream in English, but at YouTube it's German, or that's audio. But you can also have, for example, a different bug. So, for example, you have a logo 1 for Facebook, and for YouTube you have a logo 2. Or alternatively, you want to have an output that does not have any branding, but just is straight the video itself. So there's a lot of functionality that you have with outputs. You used to have 2, which was okay-ish, but with 27, and that's what I'm gonna show you in just right now. With 27, you now have the possibility to have 4 of them. So not 1 and 2, but 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let me show that again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. A lot of functionality that you have at your disposal right there. I can still use that for NDI outputs, though I would state that my preference would be to utilize, for example, a decklink card and export it to an SDI output. If you want to have a decklink card connected to a vMix laptop, then there are some limitations that you need to take into account. You do need to have a Thunderbolt port on your laptop in order to have an enclosure with a decklink card. Otherwise, you will run into some issues. So Thunderbolt is definitely I would say a must-have if you want to have this kind of functionality. So that is on 27. These 2 were very quick, basically on purpose, because I have some trouble to really show that to you. But those 2 are really of interest to a lot of people, especially the output that is expanded to 4. There is a very big caveat to that, and I want to show that to you right here. And that is that if you really look closely, note, we believe the performance of most systems are not yet up to handling 4 hardware outputs or anything other than basic productions. So it is a power-hungry feature. So you do need to take that into account. They want to try it out. They want to get real-life feedback from everybody, but it is something that is quite power-hungry. And that's also the reason why they have chosen not to use it for a long period of time, apart from apart from now, because now they see that typically new PCs might be able to use that. So those are the 2. First one that I wanted to talk about, that was the extra 3 and 4 external outputs, and also the AV1 and HEVC outputs that you can use for streaming. So that is that. I hope that that was a really that you like that. MT says, question, from my understanding, I can't use vMix on my notebook because I only have a NVIDIA Quattro 2000. Maybe I will try. Maybe we'll try it anyway. So let me be clear. I was the caveats that I was just talking about is related to AV1 and HEVC and the external outputs. If you are just using H.264, then it might be a smaller video card. But like I basically always say to people, if they want to try it out, just install the 60-day license of vMix, try it out, and if it doesn't work, well, then at least you know it doesn't work. But it doesn't have to cost you anything. So just install the 60-day license. If it works perfect, then purchase the license. If it doesn't, okay, then you tested it. It's free, right? So that's the way that I would look at that in more generic terms. Mara says, nice to see even the professionals don't always think it through. And sometimes it happens, huh? And by the way, hi Mari, and well, hi John. You can run vMix on almost a cardboard box, but it may have not have enough power to do all of it. Yes, indeed, I agree with that statement. Neil says you should absolutely try it. If you don't want to do too complex to stream, it should work. Yes, I mean, I have been using vMix on a i5 Surface notebook. Worked like a charm, and it didn't even have an NVIDIA card. It worked like a charm as long as I kept it very easy for it. For example, you might have noticed it if you're using a phone like this one right here. It has and you have a video recorded. vMix sometimes shows it the upside down, and that is quite annoying. And you now have a very easy way since 26 to just click 90 degrees 2 times and you're done. The only thing is that on the i5 processor on the Surface, that did not work. That it was like that didn't work. Didn't work at all. But if you kept it easy, then it did work. Let me see. I think that you guys are all talking to each other, so that's awesome. Go ahead and please do that. I love that. So those are the two quite easy ones. Let's go ahead and go back to our cheat sheet, and let's talk about the next one. And I think that I'm going to combine a few. So I'm going to combine the layer designer right here with the stream deck right here. So those two I will be now combining to you. Again, I will show you the difference between 26 and 27 so that you get an idea on the feature changes that you have. Let's put this one on the correct screen. Boom. And let's get things started. So let's go to 26 first. So in 26, if you wanted to have a picture-in-picture, or you want to have something, you know, like a multi-view kind of a solution, then what you did was basically you went to add input. You might want to change select color, for example. You can either use black or transparent or something else. But I typically then take a color. I could, for example, make it a different color, like for example, I don't know, this one, for example, and then hit OK. And then I have a backdrop, and the backdrop looks like this. By the way, did you see? I'm just going to go back one more time. If I go back to add input, and I'm hitting color, and I'm hitting this selector right here, the color selector, it looks like this. In 27, it does not look like that. It looks differently. So let's do that very quickly. Let's go to 27 right here. So now we're in 27. Let's make sure that you guys could see it, that I'm on 27. And hit add input. Then I'm going to do one more time color. This is basically the same thing. But now, if I hit this, I get a really nice selector. A nice color range, and I can select which one I want. For example, this one. And boom. There you go. Basically, that's that. I don't like that color. It's way too in your face. So let's do it one more time. Let's make it below. There you go. So this one is just created, and we're going to use that to show you the difference between the two. So let's go back to 26 and show you how that looks like. So in 26, if I go down, it seems that I wrongly removed it. So let's just hit this one. Boom. And now I have it here. And what I can do now is that I can hit the cogwheel. And basically what you do is that you go to layer multi-view. That's what it's called right here. And you are now, look at this screen. Look at how this is looking at the moment. And for example, if I would add my main camera here, then this is what it looks like. Let's do the same on 27. So go to 27 at the moment. So note that we're in 27 at the moment. And I do exactly the same steps. So I'll go to add input. And I am going to go for, wait a sec, I went to the color. This is the one that I want. I am hitting the cogwheel. This looks still at the moment exactly the same. Let me go back and forth between the two. If that works, let me go back one more time, like so. Make sure that we can do this one more time. All right, so this is what it looks like on 27, and this is what it looks like on 36. Basically the same thing, right? So the only thing is that I actually had to add the layer, which is now called layer and not multi-view anymore. And now you'll see something happening right here in the top of that position. So now you can move, crop, and perform some borders right here. So move, crop, borders, and it makes it all a little bit more nice to work with. So let me increase the size a little bit so that you can see a little bit better what I'm going to do. So for example, if I hit move, I can just make it smaller. I can drag it like so. I can make it however I want. And it makes it very easy to do it. And I can actually add, for example, a second one. Let's just pick yeah. What should I take? This one maybe? No. Let's do this one. So now I can also pick this one. I can make this one smaller. I can use this. And if you look at it, you see that there are lines to help you to make sure that you are on a center line. And I can do the same for this one. I can make this one a little bit smaller maybe and center it. As you can see, now it's centered. That is not possible on 27. So if I go back to, 26, if I go back to 26, I can definitely make this one smaller. but I cannot do it here. I have to literally go into edit mode, then zoom out, and then I need to, well, there are no helping lines, so I need to figure out where I want to have it right here. So yeah, maybe roughly here, but it's not 100%. You cannot really see it. Then if you want to add a second one, I have to go back to layers. I have to add, for example, the main PC one, for example, and I have to do the same thing. I have to again change the zoom out or zoom in. Zoom out. And do this kind of stuff. And again, it's still figuring out where I need to find it. And I cannot go back to the other one because this one is now locked. I cannot do anything on this one, on this side. So I need to, yeah, basically go back and forth. While if I am on here on 27 and I do the same thing, I can actually change this one and that one. And I have those nice helping lines to make sure that I'm really having the correct location, like for example, so that's very helpful. Again, you can also add a border, of course. You could also do that on the previous version, but this one is really easy to do. It's very straightforward, and you can actually do some radials so that it's a little bit more nicely boxed. That's also possible. You could do that also on the other one, but if you wanted to do that on 26, then you needed to do that here. You needed to add the border here and change the thickness here, like for example 10, and the radius 15, for example, and then you have roughly the same idea. It's not. You still have the same possibilities as you had previously, but it is just a little bit more work in the previous version of vMix compared to 27. I think it's really nice addition. It feels that they reused a lot of the GT Designer functionality, and that's exactly what they also say on their website. So if you go on the website, and let's show that again, then you'll see that it actually says input setting layer tab now allows sizing, repositioning, and alignment of layers with an interface similar to GT Designer. It includes 3 modes: move, crop, and border. I showed you move and border, not all of them. Layers can now easily be aligned to other layers with grid lines and selected safe areas. And that is really something that is really cool. That is possible at the moment. Now, I actually did it a few times already. You might notice that if I... Oh, sorry, my bad. You might notice that if I click merge at the moment, that my video camera is drawn back and forth, so zoom, making it bigger, making it smaller. But you can also see that purple line, the purple border, is also animated the whole time. So from here to here. This is 27 from here to here. If I would do the same on 26, then that would not look that great. So let's show that a little bit. So let's go back here, and I'm also here on this page, so that is beautiful. So if I click here, oh, I need to of course make a border. Almost forgot. So let's quickly make a border around my video. So let's say border, thickness, I don't know, 15, and 15 is the radius. That's beautiful. For this test, it's beautiful at least. So this is what it looks like. And now, of course, I want to do the same thing that I did there. So now I have my bigger video also available. And if I then hit merge, then note that it is not. It is drawing the border while it's zooming out or making it bigger, but it's not doing it going back. So here you have the border, but now the border is gone. Now you have the border all the way up, and now the border is gone. And if you do the same on 27, like I just showed you, then it will do that both ways. So this, of course, I need to make sure that everything is fine here. So that way is same for both, but that way is new. Really nice. Also very handy that they can now do that. Neil says that kind of purple is a good color. Yeah, I like it. I actually did that for the first time, and I think that is a better color for me indeed. You guys are talking to each other, which I like. Thank you, Vlad. We can't get it all, so you now. So for now, you will have to go with 40 minutes limit, and I'm sure it's not something vMix can change for us. No. You're talking about the Zoom. No, because vMix is just using a Zoom client, and so it's literally logging on as you on Zoom. So it's using the same functionality that you have paid for with Zoom. So if you have paid for 1,000 minutes or 1,000 people or whatever, then that's what you get. If you have paid for a HD quality video, you will get HD quality video. If not, like for example me, it's not going to be HD video. But that's just, yeah, it's just the way it is. Question: no more holding the shift button to resize the layer. Yeah, you can still do that. You can still do that. The old functionality is still there. Can you save the configured box windows as a preset so you don't have to do all the work every time? Yes, you can. Has been around for quite some time already. Nothing new, honestly. So let's go back to this one right here. What you can do is that you can just use the if you create a new add input and you make a color, and for example you're gonna change it to a different color, the ugly color, this one, and you want to utilize the same setup as the previous one, you can actually hit this copy from functionality, and then you're gonna use the source, the before last one, which is 37, I think. Is that correct? Check it. Let me cancel it very quickly. Yes, 37. So let's say copy from, pick the source, 37. Then I want to add the layers, color adjust, key and arc correction, effects, and maybe even you want to add the triggers. Boom, there you go. As easy as that. And then you've got it copied. So and that has been around for ages, so you can do that all the time. So here you go. This is what it looks like. Not the most pretty sight, but it's hurting my eyes. Oh, my eyes. Okay, all right, let's get rid of that very quickly. Close. So that is the layering concept, but that's not all. Now comes the real cool stuff, because you can of course also integrate it with the Stream Deck. So I actually prepared it a little bit this morning by going into let me show that. So if I go here and this 27 right here, I actually already prepared 2 additional layers right here. So on this layer, you'll see 2 things popping up. And let's just make it like so that you can actually, well, let's do it differently. So let's let me think how to do that. Well, I'm gonna do it this way. There you go. Let's make this one a little bit bigger so that you can actually see what's happening. Please check below what's happening on the screen. So this is my camera. This is my phone right there, and it's pointing towards the Stream Deck Plus. And next to that, you'll see my picture again. And I want to utilize one of the knobs right here, and that is this one right here. This one right here actually has not one, not two, but 4 functions, and I'm gonna go through them one by one. I can select the item that I want to change by just pressing the rotary knob. So for example, I want to remove this part from here because I am, for example, a person that goes like this and goes like that, and I am live, and I need to just change the box a little bit so that it makes sense again. Well, you can now do that by going via this rotary and just changing it like so. So now I've changed that, I've cropped that. Now I hit the button again, and now it states X2 crop in the screen, and I can also crop it on the right hand side. But now it states the X position. So if I go right, I can go right, I can go left, and I can make it as I want. If I press it again, of course, I can also do the Y position. So that is something that I actually built this morning based on what I actually learned during IBC. But it is kind of cool to do that together so that you can see how powerful the new layered structure is within vMix, because it's not only what you see right here with the move, crop, and border. All of this, what you see right here, all of it is also available via shortcuts. And that's where I think it's very underestimated. So let's go ahead and make that happen. So what I'm going to do now, first and foremost, I'm going to make sure that the picture is, again, back to what I want it to be. So I'll just change it. I will change that position, and I'm done. This is good. All right. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to remove that knob right here, and I'm going to rebuild it together with you. What do you think about that? So in order to do that, let's go ahead and just remove all the shortcuts. So the shortcuts is there. By the way, about fade to black, before I forget, if you go to options, you now have the possibility to set the fade to black seconds, which is just a small one, but it's a cool one that it's possible. If you want to have a really long fade to black, then that's a possibility that you have. All right, let's go to shortcuts, and let's remove all of the shortcuts that I have right here, apart from the last one, because that's the last one is the one that I need to remove your comments. So I'm going to remove those. Boom, they're gone. And I also need to go to the Stream Deck software because it is also fully integrated with Stream Deck. So let's open that one up as well. I think it's popping up somewhere else. Let me see where that is popping up. Ah, all right. Let's do this, right? And then let's show that software as well. Boom. All right, so let's just remove this one right here because that is the one that is actually performing everything. Okay, we need to start with the Stream Deck software. This is really important to do it right here because you need to have the Stream Deck enabled for it to work. Before you do this, and this is something that I needed to do this morning, is that I went to this shop that Stream Deck has. There's this one right here. So I press this button right there, and this is then the store. I went to plugins. I navigated to video right here below video, and then if you go down, you'll see vMix right here, and it states uninstall. I actually needed to this morning uninstall it first and then install the latest and greatest, which is the version 1.4. that one is really important. 1.4 needs to be enabled, otherwise this will not work. So that I just uninstalled, I reinstalled it, and this is basically what I ended up with right here. Now, these two are just my lights. I'm not going to be worried about it, but I want to add the functionality, the same functionality that we had to the third rotary. And in order to do that, I actually need to have, because I have more than one functionalities, I need to get a dial stack. So I'm going to hit dial stack. I'm going to drag it to the third rotary knob, release it, and basically that will then show that here on the Stream Deck right here. There you go, dial stack. That's what it states on the third screen. Let's go back. And then let's do the following. This is a stack. So this is a multiple things that you can do. So let's go over to the vMix and then add a shortcut. Well, we need 4 of them. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and that's 4. And basically what I did was I wanted to know, and this is something that I know, and I'm going to show you in just a bit. I know that the box that I want to change is layer number 2. So that is very important to know in the future, is that the sequence of layers. Let me show that quickly. So let's go back to the screen and then show you how this one is looking like. So this is the BD main is on the second layer. So BD main and second layer. If I disable it, then that's that one. That one I want to change, the second layer in this list. That's important to note. Let's go back to display 2. And what I want to do is that I want to first have a X1 crop. So that's what I did first, X1 crop. So I'm just giving it a title, and this title is also presented here. But even more beautiful is that it's also being presented on the Stream Deck. Then I'm doing the same thing, but then it's going to be the X2 crop. I'm going to have the X position and the Y position. There you go. So these are the 4 that I've created right there. Awesome. And this is all that I need to do here. That's all that I need to do. Now I'm done. So I can close this one off, and I can go back to my display of vMix. And now I can start to build that shortcut. So I'm going to hit settings again. I'm going to go to shortcuts. And oh, I thought that I've removed them. I think that I've might mistakenly not saved it. So let's now it's definitely done. So now I'm going to add one, and the way that I'm going to add one is that I'm going to hit set this one, but it's important for me to make sure that I'm on the right function, in this case X1 crop, which is correct. And basically the only thing that I'm doing is that I'm moving the knob 1 click to the left. Boom. That's all that I need to do. We're done. Then I need the function, and the function has the name set layer, and then you'll see a lot of different set layer. So here you see a plethora of set layers. There's a lot of them. Like I said, the one that I'm very interested in is actually the one that is on layer 2, and not only layer 2, but it's also crop X1. So this is this one right here, set layer 2 crop X1. that one. And it is the second one in line, so that's color in this case. Didn't change the name. It was a bit stupid for me, but okay, it's a test, right? And while I'm at it, let's just, add a thumbnail maybe. We can do that. I'm not going to do that. Not here. So, set layer to comp x1. Boom. Done. Now I'm going to do the second one. So now I need to change, and I'm going to show you what it looks like here. Let me get rid of this one. I'm going to change. I'm going to go one step, click this one, and I'm on x2 comp. It states here in the display x2 comp. So now I'm going to go comp a crop, of course. Now I'm going to go back to the screen right here, and I'm going to add. Wait, I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to go to shortcuts, and I'm going to. For some reason, I'm not saving it. Oh well. Why is it not saving? Is that interesting? Remove. Okay, let's go back. Shortcuts. There you go. Maybe I did something wrong. Anyway, click on Find. I'm already at X2 crop. One click to the left. Hit Enter. Go to Set Layer, SATLAYER. Go to Set Layer to X2. Make sure that it's color, and hit OK. Add another one. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Cancel. Make sure that I'm on X position. Find one. Click to the left. Set layer. Set layer 2. And then pan X on color. Boom. And then one more. Click on it to the Y position. Find one to the left. Set layer 2. Pan Y. And then change that to color. And hit OK. Now it should already work. So I have the Y position, as you can see right here. I have the crop position on the left. I have the crop on the right. And of course, I have the X position. We all did that together in a very quick while. So that is, I think, a very, very strong way of doing that moving forward. I love this feature for a lot of reasons. It also makes it possible to animate in a very nice way. So this is really I think personally one of my favorite features. Let's go back to that feature list. So we did identify the layer design. We talked about it. The zoom integration we're going to talk about in just a bit. AV1 we talked about. Hardware coding for streaming is now turned on. We didn't really talk about that, but that's really cool. Stream Deck integrations, I definitely talked about that. Color correction is indeed also possible if you like. The 150 shortcuts, we did talk about the layer shortcuts, so that is something that you now also have. Web browser NDI version updates, and other updates are the duration can be configured for the fade to black. Caster is now a standard streaming destination, and if you have an UpsBot camera, then you can also use that if you'd like. So, wow, that is a very good feature in my opinion. Before I go into the Zoom part, let's just quickly check if there are any questions or remarks to move on. 1.4 version of the BitFocus companion plugin for vMix. No, no, that's not what I said, Eric. That's the plugin from the Stream Deck itself. So the Stream Deck plugin, that is the one that needed that you needed to use. MT says, can you save the configure box? Oh yeah, we already talked about that. Yeah, we already talked about that. Other things. I think that we have time now for Zoom. I'm considering if I've forgotten something to tell you. So I did talk about that. So I did talk about the layers, and I did talk about AV1 support, about external audio. I did talk about the fade to black. I showed you that the requester of the colors are different nowadays. I think that it's time for the Zoom support. Oh no, I forgot one. See? I forgot one. There you go. I thought that I was forgetting something. Let's go back to 2026 to show you something. Okay, so imagine this. You want to also, have, this is, by the way, on 26, so there might be a delay in my audio. Just take that for what it is. That's okay. We want to be able to remotely change the cameras like a remote camera production. In order to do that, you can actually use a web interface. So I can just hit this one, and then it switches automatically to the whole camera, my main camera. Or if I click this one, I'll see the desktop going back between the two, back and forth, which is really cool. Now, what you might have noticed is that I'm holding my hand up on that picture right here, and if I refresh it and I do maybe like this, it changes that, but it will not update. It will remain that for a long period of time, which is totally fine. But if you have a remote production, that is a bit of a bummer. So this is again on 26, as you can see on that second layer. Let's go back to 27. I said let's go back to 27. Yes, there we go. So now we're back on 27. For readability, I'm going to remove those two layers. So now you know that they were on 27. And now it's time to also start up that web service. So I do know that it's here somewhere. So there you go. Perfect. I'm already there. And this is what it looks like. Boom. That's even worse, right? Well, I didn't actually put in any camera movements yet. So I need to do that together with you. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's show you what it looks like once you're done. So in order to do that, let's go and create a shortcut. So hit the shortcut button right here, add, click add. Oh, and by the way, what I'm going to do in just a bit is that if you go to the Stream Deck software, I want to basically change the first one right here to be camera 1, or the main camera, and this one is going to be the main PC, or the PC screen, just like I did on the other computer that I did on 26. So that's going to be roughly the same thing. So this one and that one. All right. So once we have done that, so let's go ahead and press the first button, and boom, we're done. Then we're going to say, we're going to use a cut, and we're going to cut to the main camera, and I'm going to add a thumbnail right here. Boom, that's the first one. I'm gonna add a second one. I'm gonna add I'm gonna press and hold the second button, hit OK. Again, hit cut, as in my favorite way of switching between cameras. And then I'm gonna use the main PC as the one that I want to have. And I'm gonna hit a display right here. Hit OK, OK. And now if I press the main button, I will get this one. If I press the main PC button, I will get this one, which is perfectly fine. It's exactly what I wanted to have. And this is what it looks like on the Stream Deck right here. Let me show that to you quickly. So you see here a picture of me. Actually, you can actually see that it's moving right there. See that? And you've got the stream, these two PCs right there. Perfect. And if you then go back to what I just showed you, then it's still a little bit dull, right? Well, not necessarily, because if I hit refresh now, you will see that it's actually now moving. So if I do this, you can actually see that it's quite doable. So if you just increase the size, let's say to 400% or something, I mean, you can actually switch a show like this. Look at that. So you can just switch a show. You know what you're doing. You can switch between this one and that one, and you are basically, you can do whatever you like, which is one of the additional features that that vMix 27 has. And I think that it's a secret one, but it's a very important one, because it opens some doors for remote switching, which is really, really cool. So that's that one right there. Almost forgot that one. Vlad has a question, and the question is, does 4 external outputs mean additional vMix external 3 and 4 webcams? The question is a bit awkward, so let me try to explain it differently. External outputs mean that the production that you make with vMix, so like I have here right here, I have my video, including your comment. I can push that to an external output, which means that it can be an external display, like a television screen. It can be a recording device. It can also be a streaming destination like Facebook or YouTube, but it can also be something physical, and that is really. But that does mean that you need to have a powerful PC to get that working. He says it looks like an RTMP screen. Yeah, I think that might be quite close to the truth. I'm not sure what the technology is, to be honest. But I think it's a very, very interesting change that they've done without a lot of fanfare. But it is actually quite something that I can see me working with moving forward. Last but not least, let's talk about Zoom. Because it's also looking at the time, we need to start to wrap up in just a bit, but let's talk about Zoom and then move on from there. So here you go. So we're back on 27. Of course, Zoom is a new feature, so you will not see it on 26. So I'm not borrowing 26 at the moment. To add a Zoom call, you're going to hit add input, and all the way down you'll see Zoom. Yes, that is in blue. That's on purpose. I asked the team when I was there. I said, "Hey, I would have not done that because all the other ones are grayscale. Why are you just changing something?" Well, it seems that Zoom really wants to have that blue and that logo, so that's the reason why they needed to do it that way. So let's click on Zoom. And it states here, click OK to add a Zoom input. Well, let's do that. Let's add a Zoom input. Boom. There you go. Of course, you can also add another one. So for example, if I want to add a second one, I can do that. Hell, if you want to have 3, you can have 3. Basically, you have a few options at your disposal right here. Let me check if I have Zoom on this laptop. That would be cool. Let me see if this is something that I wanted to do with my phone, but if I could do this with my laptop, then that would be cool. No, I need to sign in. Okay, I need to update my Zoom on the other system, so I'm updating that as we speak. Let me show you what it looks like. Boom, updating it as we speak, because I want to connect with this computer via Zoom and show you how that looks like in just a bit. But before we do that, let's go back to 27 and let's get things organized here. So now we only created inputs. That's all we did. We didn't add anything else, just the input itself. And if you then click on here to connect, then it will automatically ask you to log in. So you can actually here create my username and password and hit login, and it will then open up a website where you can fill in your credentials so that you can then host a Zoom call. So yes, you can host a Zoom call from here. Due to the fact that I don't want you to see my logon information, I will not do that here. But it is definitely something that is possible moving forward. It's still updating in the meantime, and it looks like we're almost, it's now installing it. So it's almost ready to rock. And this is what I'm going to talk about. So what I'm going to do in just a bit, I'm going to request a meeting ID. If I need it, a password. I will fill in a username. I'm going to use whatever name comes up to me. Then you have capture mode, recording and streaming. Now, before you think that everything is recorded, if you say recording, it's not. If it's streaming, it's not. The reason why the capture mode is there is really because the Zoom Zoom, as part of the agreement, wants you to choose one of the two, recording or streaming. It's not doing anything within vMix, but it's just a matter of the API and things that needs to be done. Maximum participant resolution 360p. That's not a lot, but I have only the cheap version of Zoom. I don't pay that much, so that means that's all I can do. Of course, I can have HD, but then I have to log on to this system, and then you are able to see it. HD support requires a host Zoom account to have HD enabled. See the Zoom website for more information. So it is possible. Then here comes it again. You have not 1, not 2, but 4 outputs that you can choose from. Remember, you are able now to pick and choose what you do. For example, if you are running some music on the background and you want to not provide that music to your guest, then that's possible to add that in the output and say, no, this is without that music. So that's also the reason why you see here, for example, multiple buses. I just used 2 buses myself, but of course we can go all the way on top of my head until the letter G, so that's quite a lot of different ones. In the meantime, I'm trying to Zoom to log into Zoom, and let me check that you cannot see my username, because I would like that. Password, I think that this is my password if I'm not mistaken. One-time passwords. Oh, okay. So I'm getting an email at the moment. So let's get that email going. So let's see if I get it. So I'm checking the Zoom, the codes. Let me log on. That's this one. And I'm gonna hit verify. And now I should have a Zoom interface, which is cool. So now I have Zoom on my laptop. And what I'll do now is that on the laptop with 26, I will now start that Zoom call. So I'm gonna hit new meeting. Join. Well, I'm not gonna use any. Yeah, it's okay. Go for it. Go for it. Let me make sure that everything is gone. Join with computer audio. Okay. And then I would like to check my I have seen it. I know where it is, but of course now I cannot find it, but that's okay. Let me go back. Here it is. So I now have the meeting ID in front of me, and I will be filling it in. And I don't care. You can see it if you like. So I'll just go back to my screen. Oh yeah, well actually you see it right here. So boom. And then I'm gonna start to fill in the meeting ID right there. All right, passwords. Oh. Whoa, that's small for me. No, that was wrong. Let me do it again. Okay, my name is vMix27. vMix27. 27. And basically that's all I'm changing. I'm not going to change the output. That's all not needed. So I'm basically I'm good. I'm gonna share my video. So here you go. I have my video on right there. And now I can go in and say, so now let's see if I can make it so that you can see what's happening on this screen. Again, this is not using vMix, so I can also just remove this. I'm going to cancel all vMix now. Gone with it. We're now only focusing on Zoom. There you go. Oh. Why is it not picking that up? Let's cancel this one. And recheck this one. Oh. There you go. We're back. Okay, let's do it one more time. Okay. Need to do it one more time. Security. Oh. Where did I do that? Here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I have bad eyesight, as you might have noticed, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit, like so. And now I have a better thing. Okay, meeting ID. And then the password. A username vMix27. And I'll keep the rest as is. And I'm gonna remove this part right here, like so. And then I'm hitting OK. Boom. So now it's starting to connect. Oh, I see something coming up. If you look here, I'll see here vMix27 entered the waiting room. I want to admit him. So I now have admitted him or her. And vMix is requesting to record this meeting. Remember that I've put recording in there. So I'm gonna say, yep, that's totally fine. Let's hit that. And once we have done this, I am being popped up. So I'm seeing myself here. And if I look here, I see myself right there via a connection. So let me remove this one. So now I can just say hi. I can do all kinds of cool stuff here. And now you can also hit the right click, and now you can see the participant source, and I can hit my name, Petra Verbruggen. But if I had a second person connecting in, I could actually add the second name here. I can also go here and I can say I want to hit share here. So now I can now let's see what's happening. I can now see what's happening on the other side here. So I can see the end result right here, and that is also fine. That's also great. Let me see what we have here. I can change the resolution, as you can see, to 720 maybe. And I can go to video again. So, of course, I'm not sharing anything. So let's see if I can share my screen. I'm going to share my screen here. Share. And let's see what's happening there. So now you see that I actually can also share my screen here. So I can really show you everything what's happening on my desktop, because this is the desktop that I have right here. So I can just change this icon. I can just drag and drop it, and it's as if I am there, and I can see both my screen and my picture right here. So I can bring that in like so. Boom. So now I'm in. I can go back. I can go back to my screen. I'm sharing my screen right there, and I'm going to go back. And that's basically everything that you can do with the zoom control within vMix 27. There you go. And let me see if you have any questions in the meantime. MT says, so in case you have a deck link card with 4, so you can use them. Yes, if you can use all 4 of them if you need, but you do need to have a strong PC. Otherwise, you will you run into some potential issues. And welcome to Jason all the way from Canada. I really appreciate you for taking the time. Vlad says, previously output 2 equals vMix external 2 camera in Zoom. Does output 3 equal vMix external 3, and yes, that is correct. That is correct. MT says, do you have any information vMix will add a Teams similar like Zoom? Blackmagic Design added Teams as a streaming destination live event. Unfortunately, I don't have any knowledge about that topic, and I really mean that. But me saying it, I will say, yeah, it makes sense, right? Anybody want to join the Zoom meeting for testing? Yeah, we can do that later, but I think that we're already way past the typical time. So, but yeah, next time maybe. We can do that, by the way. If we want to do it one day, I'm totally open for that. Not like this, since there isn't a Teams SDK that is similar to that from Zoom. Yes, not yet, but you never know. Phil says we can relate to the fact everything is printed nowadays with such a small font size that you always have to use your phone camera. Yes, I'm getting old. Question is there a delay in audio video with Zoom? Yes, there is a delay, Hans. Don't know how much, but there is a delay. I would state not unlike vMix call, if there's any indication for you. So yes, you will have some awkward moments of not being ready, but it is what it is. But it's definitely usable. I've seen it, and I've been testing it a little bit myself with some other people, and it looks to be quite well. You can actually use it. So. Hey, image production, Hyderabad. Namaste. All right. I think that I have everything. Oh, and by the way, the password, if I relog in here in just a bit, the password will change. So don't worry about it. So I'm also ending the call now. Okay, that's all that I had in store for you guys. I hope that you liked it. I think that 27 is quite a nice version of vMix with a lot of additional features that are gonna make our lives a little bit easier, and that is basically all that we can ask for. If there's any questions also after the fact, maybe during the coming week, please write them down also in the comments so that I can see them and I can come back to you at any time if at all there is a question. For now, I wish you all the best on your Saturday, and I'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Have a fantastic